one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story comes to us from CBS News, where a former Inglewood Police Department officer was sentenced to more than 2 years in federal prison after he pleaded guilty to distributing cocaine. John Abel Baca, 47, of Whittier, pleaded guilty on October 17th of last year to charges that he distributed cocaine on at least 2 occasions while he was a police officer. Additionally, Baca was ordered to pay a $40,000 fine by U.S. District Judge James Selna. Now, according to federal prosecutors, Baca delivered cocaine to a witness that was cooperating with law enforcement on April 29, 2021. The next week, during a meeting with the same cooperating witness, Baca delivered 2.2 pounds of cocaine in exchange for $22,000 in cash. In February of 2021, the witness told the Federal Bureau of Investigation that Baca had previously ordered to sell them 2.2 pounds of cocaine, 4.4 pounds of white heroin, and an unlimited supply of black tar heroin, according to the plea agreement. The informant told federal prosecutors that Baca claimed to have stolen both drugs and cash during routine traffic stops that he made while he was working on a drug task force with the police department. Now, Baca provided a sample of the cocaine to the informant so that he could provide it to purported buyers during a covertly recorded meeting, according to prosecutors. Just days later, he negotiated the $22,000 price for the 2.2 pounds of cocaine, which he then delivered to the informant's workplace. In his plea agreement, Baca admitted that he abused his position of trust as a police officer, including stealing drugs from the Inglewood Police Department's lockup in order to sell them. Baca served as an officer with the Inglewood Police Department for more than 20 years. And you have to think, more than 20 years. So over that 20-year time span, how much drugs, cash, maybe even jewelry, who knows? But how much stuff did this guy steal and sell over 20 years? This guy's got a lot of, he's got a lot of stuff to pay back. Restitution, he's got a lot of restitution to pay. But, former Inglewood, and it also brings into question how many other cops in that police department are like, oh my God, Baca got caught, dude. What are we going to do? So, on a side note, I close with this. On a side note, I also read another story. I didn't give it to you as an editorial, but John Joseph Carroll was a police officer in North Carolina. He was hired after the January 6th fiasco at the Capitol building in the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C. And John Carroll has been arrested and may be charged with crimes during that January 6th fiasco at the U.S. Capitol. I didn't give it to you as an editorial, but that's a story I read where this guy, he's a cop in North Carolina, and they have video of him shoving cops and pushing cops and knocking their batons away at the U.S. Capitol. Although he said all he did was watch other people push. He was just there smiling and going in with the crowd. But I thought I'd throw that one out there at the end of this one just to let you know that, look, 3.5 years later, they're still charging people. They're still arresting people, and they're still looking at convicting people. So if you were at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021, and you went past those barriers, you better get down and pray and hope I wasn't on video. Because if you were, I think they're looking to arrest and charge every single body that went over those barriers. I don't know.